or it's like if you're in the movie theater, you're watching on the big screen and like she kisses a dude. Like, do the emotions like, cross over at all?
No. I mean, kinda. For sure, yeah.
Right?
Kinda.
You might be like in the movie and like you move your hand a little bit. You're like, oh, hold on. Like,
I watched it with her. Like, I seen them. I went to the premiere. I seen it.
Woo! It's your boy Mawan here at Dash Radio. Today we got a very special guest. We got the man, the myth himself, DDG. How are you doing?
Good.
Man, I know you're doing good because you've been hitting us with first trying to links crazy. You doubled up on top.
I'm glad you said that.
You see, you doubled when you came out with I'm Geekin. It was hard, and then you said I'm gonna put Lil Tyler on it, one of the hottest artists out, which he slid on that. And then you really redid the record, almost like complete. It's the same, same hook, but the context is mad different when you got with Choppa and Bia.
Yeah.
And then you kept in that direction with trying to link.
Yep.
You kept in that same this is that real vulgar. I don't know how you're gonna edit this DJ's good luck type shit. Crazy though.
Yeah, I just I be feeling like sometimes my audience is getting older. So I be trying to give them a little more grown content. You know what I mean?
It's very grown, bro.
Yeah.
Did you drop your verse first with Choppa and Bia?
No. So how it came about was Choppa sent his, and his was like hella vulgar.
Choppa started it.
He started it.
Choppa
he started it. So I was like, at first I was just gonna keep my same first verse, but then I was like, it just didn't make sense. Like, how I'm gonna talk about this, and then he talking about what he talking about, and then she talking about what she talking about. It just wouldn't have made sense. So I'm like,
you got both of them. You got Choppa's and Bia's.
Yeah. So I was like, I might as well just change my verse to something that's also edgy and vulgar, just to match the aesthetic.
Bro, I was wondering who popped it off, because you could tell the three of you guys all went in that direction.
Yeah, no, Choppa definitely started it.
Choppa, of course it was Choppa. I should have known. I should have assumed. Yeah. But that record is crazy. It's so dope. You rarely see these days, like, people would just drop a record and kind of move on within like a week or two. I think it's super dope that you've invested a lot into I'm Geekin. Really like pop the record off with all audiences, age ranges. Now when you go to Florida, you can bring out Lil Tyler and he'll kill his version. Yep. And then, if you're in the Midwest, you can bring out Choppa. He'll kill his version. What did you know when you first dropped that song that you were gonna hit with a few different types, or was there something that made it happen?
Nah, I mean, how I knew the song was gonna be lit was TikTok. So when I was on TikTok, I seen that everybody was gravitating towards it. People was making a lot of videos about it. So then I was like, damn, maybe this might be one of them ones.
Yeah.
Because right now, like, I never seen this before, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but the slowed down version is like viral.
Which is normally the opposite. It's normally the sped up.
Usually the sped up. So like the slow one, it got like 6.3 million on Spotify or something like that. And I'm like, who really listening to like a slowed down version of my song? But it's crazy. It's going up, and it got like 140,000 videos on TikTok.
Bro, your top 5 right now on Spotify is I'm Geekin. It's the remix of Bia Choppa. It's a Lil Tyler, and it's the slowed up. And then of course, Moonwalking in Calabasas is always gonna hold strong. But it's super dope, man. You like, you know who it really reminds me of? I'm gonna give you a gift, and then I'm gonna tell you what the way you drop this song, how it reminds me. So I give everyone a CD. Okay. A CD from my collection. This is one I think you were inspired by rock with.
Yeah.
That 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying. I know he was a huge inspiration when that happened in hip hop. He really would invest in his records. 50 would drop the record and he would promote that motherfucker for half a year, put out the remix, sometimes put out like multiple versions of the video. So I thought that was super dope. You seem to really move like calculated.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you got a good song, why waste it?
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
If you got an apple, right? Mm-hmm. And you can squeeze every bit of juice out of it, why not? Why you just gonna bite the apple once and throw it away? When you know it's a good apple. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why not? It's gonna be good either way.
That's a great way to put it, bro. And 50 used to say the same thing. He used to say, if the record's hot after it goes #1, he goes, you can re-release it. Like, twist the record around a little bit, go #1 again on the same record. Mm-hmm. So I think it's great that you did that. There's so many comparisons to me, like between you and 50, just with the way he's built his empire and the way you at your young age, I see you building your empire. I think the way you kind of broke into hip hop to me is one of the coolest ways. You, Queen Naija, Young Boy. I think to build your own audience, especially on YouTube, where it's like these people, you can reach out to them directly.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate move because like no matter what happens with you on the music side, on the acting side, on the business side, you have this audience here that is waiting for your next move.
Yeah.
So I think it's like the ultimate playbook. You see labels now trying to copy it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's definitely a little how you say it? It's a cheat code in a way. Mm-hmm. You know, if you got a fan, but sometimes it's a gift and a curse because sometimes those fans only want to see you for that one thing. When you come from the vlogging world, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, sometimes it's cool, but it does put you in the periphery of a lot of people.
Absolutely. And no, you always, like, to me, no matter what, when you drop, there's going to be an initial impact. Mm-hmm. Always, because there's a million people right there just, oh shit, he dropped, and they're gonna watch the video.
Yeah. This is all about hype these days.
Yeah.
That's what the music about, really. So you can make a song that makes 0 cents, not good at all, but if it got 100,000 TikTok sounds and kids dancing to it, it's gonna be one of the greatest.
Absolutely, that's all that really matters. If you can capture like a moment out of it. I remember when Ice Spice was blowing up, it was like, you thought I was feeling you thought that much. And then that, you just saw that. By the time I had heard the actual song, I had known that part so well.
Yeah.
It was all that moment. But I know it's tough in hip hop especially. Hip hop has a really bad problem of like not wanting to let outsiders in. And I'm talking about like athletes. Like look at Damian Lillard. Damian's dropped dope projects, super quality projects with Lil. I remember Dame had one where he had Wayne on it. And him and Wayne
I got a song with Damian Lillard.
So did you guys speak about that at all? Is it like...
No, we didn't speak about it. It was me, him, and Tyler Yahweh. We remixed this song called Stuntin' on You. And we didn't really talk about it, but that's definitely like a thing, like hip-hop. Yeah. I think it's just music in general. Well, I feel like pop and R&B is a little more lenient.
Yeah, they are. Pop almost loves it. Pop is like, oh, you're a big actor? Like, we're so excited to have you.
Yeah, but hip hop, they like, nah, you gotta
earn your stripes.
Yeah, you gotta sell
like,
some drugs. You gotta kill somebody first.
You had good grades. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's the weirdest thing to me.
Yeah.
And it's always been that way with hip hop, though. It's if you look at like even with R&B, Jamie Foxx to me had one of the craziest R&B albums called Unpredictable, but R&B still like safeguarded themselves and were like, oh, you're an actor kind of type thing. And he followed up with another great album, and then he eventually was like, all right, to me, he was like, I'm gonna go back to making 100 million here every summer. But is it like, because I feel like you've done a great job of it. I do gotta applaud you. You've done a great job of transitioning from that vlog YouTube world to where you basically told music and hip hop like I'm not going anywhere. And it's only getting bigger and better every single time. And but was there times where you kind of were like, damn, this is fucked up. Like, why?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely frustrating when you're going so crazy and you just feel like, I just feel like my music is a lot better than some of the people that's way bigger than me. But I just feel like it just frustrates me when people don't look at it in a certain way because, they might know me from some internet stuff.
It's crazy. It took Childish Gambino a minute too. Yeah. Even me personally, as a fan, when he first came out and was dropping his Childish Gambino, I'm like, I seen him in Community. You know what I mean? It felt kind of weird.
I feel like that too. Like Drake is my favorite artist, but when he first came out, I'm like, because I used to watch Degrassi all the time. I was like a real fan of Degrassi. Okay. So when I seen him drop a song, because the first song I ever heard was Successful. And I was like, damn, this is hard. But then in my head, I'm also thinking like, this is a nigga in a wheelchair at the same time. So it's like I feel how people, I understand how people can perceive it a certain way, and it's different when I'm still actively doing the internet shit. You know what I mean? But I feel like if I stop doing it for like a year or two, it will fade out, and then the music will really just take over in a way.
I feel like you don't have to though. I think your music is really, the legs keep getting taller and taller. The last project, first off, I love the title of it. It's not me, it's you. I love that. I felt like that was your message to the industry. I didn't see it as like, are you talking to any specific individual?
Yeah. That's what it really was.
Yeah, it was you telling the industry, bro, at this point, it's not me. This shit's you. Look at the quality of work. Look, I got Chopper on here, Polo G, 9 Lives was crazy. The whole project was so cohesive. And you're just like, at this point, bro, there's nothing I could do about it. But now DDG came out and said, all right, maybe it's me. What made you feel that way now?
Actually, I was on Twitch live streaming, and a viewer came up with that name. So I was like, what do I think I should name it? Because I always like to include my supporters in my work. And they was like, maybe it's me. And I was like, oh my God. Like, it's a whole clip online. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. Like, this is the name. Like, it just made so much sense, because it's like, I feel like a lot of artists doing it now. Like, each project they drop is in correlation. It's like a run-on sentence.
Yeah.
I think it's just doper that way, and it kind of makes it like a trilogy in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, maybe my next one be,
It was all of us.
Something like that, yeah.
That's super dope, man. I love that you're so in tune with your fans.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have been jumping off Twitch and going into, like, there's all these different softwares now, but you've been holding it down over there. You still going to hold it down?
For Twitch?
Yeah.
Nah. I think I'm going to quit the streaming stuff for a little bit.
You going to hop off the streaming?
Yeah, it's fun. It was getting bigger and bigger, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like as an artist, it is better to give yourself a little bit of mystery. I feel like when you entertaining for 5 hours, just constantly entertaining, it's just hard to keep like a, like an image or whatever.
I feel that. No, you see it with like everybody at Opium Records. Like, they're the most mysterious dudes in the world. We had like Destroyed Lonely here, and I learned so much that day about, I felt like I knew nothing about him. Versus like, and even with Playboy, like, I don't even know what he talks like. You know what I mean? I can't remember the last time.
It's a lot of artists, you don't even know what their voice is.
Exactly.
And that makes it like, when you do that, it makes people fascinated about the little things. It's like flirting with a girl, right? So it's like, if you know a girl really like you, and you don't show her no attention, when you show her a little bit of attention, maybe you like, y'all on a date and you like touch her leg or something, it's gonna be a big impact. It's like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Versus like, you always touching her leg, she like, you know what I mean? She used to it. It's
100%.
like whatever. But then like, when you give them less and then you do something, a little jab at them, they're like, oh my God, what the, you know what I mean? It's just, 100%. That's just how I go, yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, bro. Like, if you're sitting there texting her all day, she's eventually going to be numb to it. Versus if you don't reply for a day or two, when that text pops up, she's going to be up and looking at it. So I definitely get that. That makes sense, because you've been busy, man. Like, you've been staying active.
Yeah,
Since you dropped the last project, from now, you've been in headlines. You've been everywhere. I've seen you with Bootleg Kev talking, and then you got to go back and talk again and apologize. You know what I mean? Like, you've been in the headlines a lot.
Yeah.
You've been busy, man. I think you could use like a year to be like, you know what?
Yeah, you know it is though. Like, it's the bag, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's just a different type. That internet bag is just a little different than any other bag. So it's like, it's just it's just there. Like, I know it's there. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, if I like doing analogies a lot.
Yeah, so I like it.
So I like it. If I'm coming up here every day and I'm gonna give you $1,000. I pull up, I'm gonna give you $1,000 every time I pull up. But like, you got another opportunity over there that you want to be friends with this person over there instead of friends with me, for real, right? You know I'm giving you $1,000, but you want to be friends with that person over there. They not gonna give you $1,000 off rip though. Are you gonna be like, I don't want your money, I'm gonna go ahead and be friends with them?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's hard,
100%.
bro.
Nah.
Even though that might be a better friendship, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you know it's there.
You know
and
it's
it's
there.
direct to you, which I love.
Direct, yeah, it's right there. It's 100%. Ain't nobody getting no cuts.
Exactly.
It's like, you know how much money you getting on this day every single month. So it's like, it's just a little it's hard to quit in that way.
In YouTube especially, like, you know, I'm sure for you, it's like if I put out a 10-minute video, this is what it's going to be in a month, this is what it's going to be in a year.
Yeah, this is how much money I'm going to make. I know I got X amount of bills. I got to do this and that. So it's like, aside from just the money, though, I love creating content. But it's just like, I don't know. I think maybe I kind of want to lean more towards, like, a bigger scale of content. Well, maybe I come out with my own movie or something.
That actually plays into my next gift.
Yeah.
Wow, right on cue.
Cool,
this is another gift I'm going to give you, another CD, of course. I give out CDs because I got way too many.
Yeah.
That's the Get Rich or Die Trying movie soundtrack.
That's fire.
And I felt like you're kind of in this next leg of your career. To me, like, that is your next step. You've been making so much content. You basically put out like probably the equivalent to the Fast and Furious. How many movies they put out? They probably put out like 30 hours of fucking movie content. You've given us 100 hours of your life, sure. if not more. And I feel like your next step is let's make 2-3 hours of something magical, something that's gonna like really last. Are you working on a movie or anything?
I'm not working on one, but I'm kind of just shifting my mindset a little bit. I'm like, maybe I want to do this on a bigger scale. I did a few auditions recently.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So,
how did they feel? You
good.
Think they went well?
I think they were really good.
Okay.
I don't want to speak on it unless I get it or something.
Of course.
I definitely auditioned for a few shows and stuff. So
amazing.
I think that'd be a dope transition, dope look.
I absolutely agree.
Because acting was my first dream job before I even started getting into everything.
It was your pops was an audio engineer, right? So I feel like that kind of leans you towards always having music in the back. But you always wanted to be an actor.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the next step, I feel like. But now we gotta focus on.
I'm straight music right now.
Yeah. Maybe it's me. I feel like it's gonna be. I haven't heard it yet, but it's gonna be real reflective. Just looking at the song titles, I'm like, oh, you're reflecting a lot.
Yeah, I'm reflecting. I'm kind of speaking on what's, the elephant in the room, people always bringing up and talking about, and the reason why I'm like hated on so much, and kind of just telling my story without telling too much, you know what I mean? But giving them enough for them to be like, have a change of thought maybe, or really think about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
See it from your perspective.
Yeah.
You're definitely always the center of attention. Like, whenever you come out, it's always, and then people are always trying to, like, negative clicks.
It's negative. It's like, it's so much negative to the point where it becomes positive because, I always flip it. So it's like a lot of people, I don't know, people just like, it's like a trend to hate on me in a way.
You and Choppa have that both, which I think is so dope that you guys work together a lot. Every time Choppa comes out, people are like, oh, he did that. He was sagging, or like, oh, he had the girl doing that. And it's just relax. Like, he just dropped the song.
Yeah, it's just music. It's work. It's whatever. Like, people don't see a movie of something happening or somebody getting killed in a movie and say, he killed him.
Yeah, 100%.
It's work. Like,
it happened like twice, though. When Baby Boy happened, I was mad at Snoop for like a year. I was mad at Snoop Dogg for a year or two after Baby Boy. I remember being like, hey, man, you slapped Tyrese's mom, bro.
Yeah.
No, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
With music, they 100%, they're like, NLE Choppa put Sukiana in Sexy Red and Leashes, like, he's a misogynist, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, it's art.
It's art.
And it was her idea,
Right.
So you get in that, you're in that category too. I don't know what it is, but
yeah, I can't I got
press is good press.
Yeah, I'm like, it is what it is. I don't really be tripping no more. So
what song are you most excited for us to hear on the album?
The song I'm most excited for people to hear, I would say it's the first track. It's called Famous.
That's when I knew it was gonna be reflective when you started with that.
Yeah. It's very, very reflective. I feel like a lot of people might take it the wrong way, but it's art.
Absolutely.
I like to make music when I'm emotional. So like however I'm feeling at that very moment, that's what I'm gonna talk about.
I love that. And
even if later on that feeling that I had fades away and I'm in a better space now, when I made that song, it was real. You know what I mean? And they gonna feel it in the music.
Absolutely. That's the best time. When I used to write music, it was like if I went through a breakup, go to the studio right away. Literally, before I do anything, go to the studio, find a beat that like match my emotion anytime, or if I had a big win or anything.
Yeah. It just kind of, it makes the song feel more real.
Absolutely. So if I can bring up another elephant in the room, is my man single at the moment?
I wouldn't, nah, I wouldn't say that. I'm more I like people to think what they want to think. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really like having people in my business. So I'm
That's
more,
good.
I like a private relationship at this
That's
point.
good,
Like,
bro.
I don't want nothing public.
Because your lives are so public.
Yeah.
You know, I wondered how, like, I couldn't even imagine, for example, and it works both ways. It works ways where if she is listening to one of your songs and you say, you know what I mean, but it's art. Or it's like if you're in the movie theater, you're watching on the big screen and like she kisses a dude. Like, do the emotions
like,
cross over at all?
Nah. I mean, kinda. For sure, yeah.
Right?
Kinda.
You might be like
yeah.
in the movie and like you move your hand a little bit. You're like, oh, hold on. Like,
I watched it with her. Like, I seen them. I went to the premiere. I seen.
Of course.
It was nothing. It was nothing. I wasn't tripping on that.
Okay.
But it's like, obviously, you know what I mean? You kind of feel some type of way.
Yeah,
anyway,
of course.
But, you know, you got to realize it's work.
And
But what I'm telling you right now, my song "Famous" contradicts everything I just said just now.
Okay, so this is gonna get real interest. Okay,
Yeah.
you're gonna really address.
Yeah, I kind of addressed it, and I
elephants.
kind of opened up about how I was feeling at some point in time.
Okay.
But you know, when you really look at the grand scheme of things, it's like, at the end of the day, we human. It's work.
Absolutely.
It's not that serious.
I feel like I look at you two a lot like J&B, where it's like life partners. You know what I mean? Like through the controversy, through whatever the headlines are saying, we don't know what's actually happening.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like you guys are always gonna have each other's back through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Because she must have been tripping a few times. Like when I heard trying to link, I was like, oh man, that was an awkward week. And man, you dropped it on the 7th. I'm like, oh man, it's been a rough week for my guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's been happening, but in the studio, I just be making freaky songs lately. I gotta chill though.
You've been on a run, man.
Yeah.
You've really been on this run of.
I be forgetting that it's a lot of kids that watch me too. I be thinking
For
like
sure.
all my audience is mostly grown, but it's a lot of kids, and I'm thinking like as a kid you can't listen to this, so I think this my last. After this project, I'm done. Like I'm gonna chill on the freakiness.
You're gonna go from rated R back to PG-13.
I'm gonna go PG-13.
No,
yeah.
I'd say you're like NC-17 right now. We're gonna bring it back to rated R.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna chill.
Hey, the music's great. It sounds good. I love that it's real raw. I love that you're not holding anything back. I blame Choppa. I full-heartedly blame NLE Choppa for
Definitely
the new kinda,
Choppa fault.
Yeah, we're definitely blaming Choppa for this. If he would have sent that verse in a little bit different, it might have spiraled a whole different set of events. But no, the music's great. Super hyped to have the project out. This content is going to drop when the project's out. So I guess you answered it. If someone's going to jump into it, just start at the beginning.
Yeah,
Let it
sure.
roll through.
Yeah, just let it play through, and then if you get to I'm Geekin', people was complaining about I'm Geekin' remixes being on there.
Being like 20%. Right? What are they saying? It was 3
but
of
it's
the
like,
12?
but the thing is, it's not an album. Like, it's more of like a tape/EP. It's just me like supporting I'm Geekin' in a way. You know, you got I'm Geekin' going like this. I'm like, I don't want to just. I've been pushing it for 2 months. I kind of want to back it up with some more songs, you know, because some people have been playing it for 2 months. Some people just discovered it. So I'm like, why I got these people bumping I'm Geekin', I want them to have a project to go to as well. I got all these fire remixes. I wish I would have put the slowed down version on there, but
that would have been crazy. It would have been 4 of the 12 records. That's a crazy split right there. It would have went from, well, it was 3 out of 12. I don't even know the math on that. But
yeah.
It's honestly, it's something artists used to do all the time. Like when you really had a hit, you milked it. Like you said, you squeezed that apple for every juice in it. And I love the 3 different versions. They really feel like different moments. Like the one with Choppa and Bia is perfect for like the club. You're in the club and it's getting ratchet. The one with Tyler to me is like when I'm riding around. I love listening to Tyler when I'm chilling, riding around. And then, when I'm just as like your diehard core fans are just gonna want you on it.
Yeah, for sure.
All the above.
Yeah, and when you listen to the project, they flow really well. Like it's to the point where you don't even know that it just kept replaying.
You know what? It's a good point. The original is 1:40, and then the next one I think with Tyler is like 3 minutes almost, right? And then with Bia and Choppa, it becomes like the full extended. version.
It's like it's you don't know when you listen to the project, you won't even notice that I'm Geekin is still playing.
I love that. I love that we address that too, because I saw that people on Twitter were saying that.
Yeah.
I think it's dope though. Is if you look at this 50 album, he had remixes on here at the end, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, people do that. But
Yeah, it's cool. It's like, it's a numbers play at the end of the day. It all counts because when it first drops on Friday, it's gonna say 40 million plus stream. You know what I'm saying? It's just
see, he's ahead of the game, dude.
Yeah.
All of us are sitting here, people sitting there with their like crazy Twitter fingers. Meanwhile, you're 10 steps ahead.
Yeah. It's just a number. Every artist does it. That's the thing. Like, I haven't even I was gonna do a full I'm Geekin project where it's like slow down, sped up, night chord, acapella, instrumental. Like I was gonna do it all.
Fuck it, bro. The deluxe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe It's Me Deluxe should just have 18 versions of I'm Geekin, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
One with just Lil Tyler's acapella.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I could have really super milked it, but
he could have really got y'all. No, that's.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, super impressed with the progression in the music. I love anybody who's really dedicated to it. You're very dedicated to the art. I love to know that all the headlines and all the press doesn't really get to you. You've really been able to separate you as a man and you as an artist well.
Yes, sir.
It's super dope. I remember Jay-Z told Oprah that's why he's been on top for so long, because he can really separate Sean Carter from Jay-Z. And so he's like, none of that shit, none of the flack that Jay-Z gets bugs Sean Carter.
I never heard that.
Yeah,
but that sounds really.
You can look
fire.
it up. He told Oprah that because she was like, "How you've avoided like losing your mind and all this controversy for so long." And he's like, "It doesn't matter. It's Jay-Z."
If I get hated on, I know Jay-Z got hated on.
Exactly right.
Oh my god.
But you're definitely on your path, man. You've been one of the trailblazers in this generation. You really set to me the blueprint. You, Queen Naija, Young Boy. Of like, we're gonna build our fans and then really hit consistently with the music. And it's like you can't take anything away.
Yeah.
So
that's the goal.
Maybe It's Me. It's gonna be out now, and we'll see what the third one's called.
For sure, man.
Jump into the Twitch. Jump into his Twitch. You could literally be the inspiration behind his next album.
Yep. Come check me out.
Crazy. DDG, thank you
bro.
so much, man. Here at Dash Radio, we take pride in just chopping it up with people early on in their careers. You know, we had you 5 years ago. And we're honored to have you back. Thank you for popping back in on us.
Of course, man. Appreciate y'all.
Everybody, I'm Geekin out now. Depending on your age, there's 3 versions. If you are under 18, do not listen to the Choppa and Bia. Wait till your 18th birthday to play that one.
For sure.
Damn it, Choppa. What did you do to the man? It's not Choppa's fault. I fully blame Choppa. DDG, thank you so much, bro.
All right,
Maybe It's Me. Out now. We're out. Peace.